This is Valmiki Ramayan, Season 2, Episode 11, Departure from Ayodhya. Once everyone had gathered in the court, Dashrath asked Sumantra to bring Ram, LAKSHMAN and Sita. They walked in with folded hands. Upon seeing them, Dashrath rushed forward, but overcome with emotion, he could not keep his balance and fell. The gasps of the ladies mixed with the tinkling of their ornaments. Ha ha Rameti sahasa bhushana dhvani mishritaha. Ram and LAKSHMAN quickly ran up to him and with Sita's assistance helped him to a couch. Ram said, Maharaj, I shall now leave for the Dandakaranya forest. I have come to seek your blessings. Kindly also grant leave to LAKSHMAN and Sita, who wish to come with me. I have tried to convince them otherwise, but their mind is made up. Dashrath said, Aham Raghava Kaikeya Varadane Namohitah Ayodhyayam Tvamevadya Bhavaraja Nigrahyamam. I am trapped because of the boons I have given to Kaikeyi. O Ram, imprison me and take over the empire today itself. My son, I swear by Satya that I do not want you to leave. I have been tricked by Kaikeyi and you are having to pay for that. Ram politely replied, Even when I had accepted the empire, it was not for my own benefit. I do not desire the empire or any worldly luxuries. My only desire is that your word be held true, that your promise be fulfilled. For that, I am happy to live in the forest for 14 years. Please don't be distressed on my account. This empire is now for Bharat. Dashrath knew it was impossible to shake Ram's resolve. I am not at all surprised that you will uphold your father's promise. You are devoted to Satya and Dharma. This was the first time the entire turn of events had been publicly explained. Sumantra was aghast at what Kaikeyi had done. Shaking with anger, with words that were like thunderbolts, Vakya Vajraihi, he tried to impress on Kaikeyi the grave error she was making. But Kaikeyi remained unmoved. On the other hand, she made a snide remark about the Ikshwakus. How in this dynasty a prince had been thrown out previously as well. Why should there be a problem now? She was making a wholly inappropriate comparison between Sagar's son, Asamanja, who had been thrown out because of complaints by citizens, and Ram. Kaikeyi had touched a raw nerve. Dashrath erupted, Enough! But then again helplessly started pleading with her. This was not going to go anywhere. Ram then announced that as required of him, he will now change into Chir Vastra, the rough, unstitched cloth worn by ascetics. Only too happy to help with this, Kaikeyi quickly brought in some Chir Vastras and gave them to Ram and LAKSHMAN, and then to Sita too. Sita was taken aback. She asked Ram innocently, Katham nu chiram badnanti munayo vanavasinah? How do the ascetics wear this? Having only known palace life, first in Mithila and then in Ayodhya, Sita was wholly unprepared for the hardships that awaited her in the forest. The immensity of that struck everyone as Ram was helping Sita tie the vastras. Now the great sage Vasishtha had had enough. Eyes welled up with tears, he said, Sita should not go. While Ram is away, she should rule the empire. Oh Kaikeyi, if Sita goes with Ram, we all will leave too. So will Bharat and Shatrugna. You will rule over a desolate land. Vasishtha too tried to counsel Kaikeyi about the error of her ways, the adharma of grabbing power by deceiving the king. How could she rule without the people's support? But again, to no avail. And then the citizens aimed their ire at Dashrath. Prachukrosha janah sarvo dhiktvam Dasharatham tviti. O King Dashrath, shame on you! What a fall for the great king! Not too long back, he had successfully presided over a grand parishad that included kings and citizen representatives of all lands. And now the ignominy of having his own people denounce him in his own court. It is also interesting to see the freedom with which people voice dissent. Sumantra, a charioteer and counselor, telling off Kaikeyi, the queen, and ordinary people voicing their displeasure with the king himself. Defeated and broken, Dashrath asked Sumantra to get a chariot and see off Ram, Lakshman and Sita up to the borders of the Janapad. As a saving grace, he managed to stand up to Kaikeyi and insisted that Sita take with her some clothes other than the cheer vastras and jewelry for the journey. As they said their final goodbyes to Kausalya, Sumitra and everyone else, the palace that used to reverberate with music now echoed with the sound of wailings. And then finally came the time to leave. As the chariot started to pull away, a wave of grief swept through Ayodhya. There was chaos. People, young and old, surged towards the chariot. Some tried to hang on to the sides, others followed behind. Sodhum nashekur bashpamagatam. No one was able to hold back their tears anymore. They implored Sumantra to go slow. Cries of grief rent the air. Dashrath tottered out of his palace to take one last look at Ram. But he did not make it far before he succumbed to the ground. Kausalya came staggering after the chariot, blinded by tears, barely able to keep her balance, crying, "O Ram, Lakshman, Sita." Ram too could not bear to see the pain of his mother and father. To put an end to everyone's agony, Ram requested Sumantra to move faster out of the city. Dust kicked up from the ground can bring tears from the eyes. But as the chariot pulled away, Valmiki says, "Paura janashrubhi patitaihi abhyavahitam mahirajah prananasha." Tears so drenched the earth that the dust itself got settled. Iti her asa. That is how it happened.